Hey guys, it's Humanoid, and sorry for the dry spell in videos, but in this video I'm going to be discussing what I think are pretty good shifting tips for aquatic Otherkin, mostly mermaids and other aquatic humanoid kintypes. And the tips are basically going to be focused towards mental shifts and phantom shifts. The first tip is to be well researched and well educated in the ecosystem and environment in which your kintype is based in. Is your kintype based in salt water? Is it based in fresh water? Is it based in a particular ocean, or is it based in a particular sea? Is it a warm region with a warm climate and warm waters, or is it a cold region with cold waters? This is important because colder waters and colder climates could possibly mean more insulation of fat and other methods to maintain one's core body temperature, as well as possibly affecting the social interaction and social behavior of one's kintype. Warmer waters and warmer climates could possibly mean more active and more social marine animals and marine organisms. Whereas colder waters and colder climates could definitely mean less active and more solitary creatures. But since I'm not a marine biology expert, it is better for you to do the research yourself and to figure out which one of the two that you possibly are. Another important set of questions to ask yourself if you have a saltwater aquatic kintype is, what are the aquatic layers or zones in which your kintype exists and lives in? There are different layers and different zones of the ocean at various depths in which many types of marine organisms live in. And that leads to the next question. What is the diet of your kintype? Is your kintype one that feeds on algae and kelp? Or is it a filter feeder like a whale shark? Or does it actively hunt other organisms to survive? And if it does hunt other organisms to survive, what is the tools that it uses to hunt with? Does it have a bioelectric sense like some sharks have, or does it use a lure like anglerfish? Or is it an ambush predator that waits? Does it hide itself and use camouflage? This set of questions is important as well because depending on the aquatic layer and zone in which your kintype lives, it could affect your kintype's appearance and how it functions and how it interacts. In certain zones and certain layers of the ocean, there are places where light doesn't reach. And the organisms that live in these zones and these layers have poor eyesight and sometimes lack pigmentation and are more solitary and less social. And their diets differ from other marine organisms that exist in higher up zones and higher up layers. Also, the diet of your aquatic kintype could easily affect its behavior as well. If you have a non-predatory aquatic kintype, its behavior could possibly be more docile and more social and more friendly, or even possibly shy and timid. Whereas a more predatory aquatic kintype would have a more aggressive behavior, a more aggressive personality. Another important set of questions to ask is, how does your aquatic kintype communicate? Does it use bioluminescence to flash an array of colors to communicate a message and socialize with others of its kind? Or does it use high pitch and low frequency calls to communicate over vast distances of ocean with others of its own kind? Also, the final question in this set and in this video is, what type of locomotion does your aquatic kintype use? Does it move its tail side to side like a shark to move itself through the water? Or does it move its tail up and down like a dolphin or a whale? Or does it use some type of jet propulsion system like squids and octopus do? Or does it simply float along aimlessly through the ocean like jellyfish? Or does it somehow glide through the water? Now, I know these aren't literal tips in the sense of me giving you straightforward advice, but if you can answer these questions, not for me, but for yourselves, then I personally feel that this will give you better understanding of the mindset of your aquatic kintype, and this can better help you shift, whether it's mentally or having a phantom shift in itself. This is Makanor. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out. Bye.